Hey everyone, this is Rachel over at Moonlight Library. I have some glare in my glasses, but whatever. I'm here today to run through my 2021 tier ranking. Yeah. Of all the books I read, but we're not doing any graphic novels. So it's all just like the textbooks, not textbooks, but like books with text. Graphic novels have text too. No, you know what I mean. So these are not in order because that's what's happening. And I'm ranking them by the beverages I have drank in the past 24 hours and how much I enjoyed them. First on the list is coffee. That's S tier, best tier. Like, we love that coffee. It's grade A. Love my coffee. I'm right now drinking some more coffee. So yeah, that's really up there. Second up is going to be cranberry juice. That's another obvious one. Cranberry juice because it's sweet, it's tart, it's nice. It was actually cranberry apple. I also love apple juice, so it just all worked out. I just call it cranberry juice though. Next up is water. That's very hydrating. It's good for you. You feel better. Just in general, it was a good time drinking that water. Next is Pepsi. I went to the store and I was like, I really want some Coke. They were all out of Coke except for like vanilla Coke. Ew. So I ended up getting Pepsi, but I think even if I did get Coke, I wouldn't have enjoyed it that much. You know what I mean? So I think I wouldn't have enjoyed it that much anyway, so it's totally fine. Next up, which is funny because my mom and brother are big Pepsi drinkers. I guess they like Pepsi, but I'm more of a Coke person, so who knows. Next up is green tea. It was Arizona green tea, which I usually really like, but it just was not hitting the spot. It was too sweet in all the wrong ways, and it was not for me, not within the past 24 hours. We're going to go ahead and rank these. And now you know my rankings of beverages I've had in the past 24 hours. This is very good information for you. So we're going to start with the devil all the time. We're not able to see the full images of these, but the devil all the time. Let's pull it. The devil all the time was really good, but it wasn't a coffee. It was definitely cranberry juice. Like, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time reading it, but there was something missing for me. I don't know. This one is the chocolate war. Ooh, that is definitely, because like, this is not going off even though it's 5 tiers, we're not going off of the fact that I rate things by 5 stars. We're rating them in this moment, how I feel about the fact that I had read them and looking back on it. So I might have given something a 5 and I could end up putting it in Pepsi. Who knows? Who knows? There's no logic behind what I'm doing. So this is the Chocolate War. This was a horrible book. It was just not good. Looking back on it, I'm like, I did not like that book. I had to read it for a class, and I chose it. It was a bad idea on my part. Not good. Okay, so now we're looking at the Raven Boys. Looking back, I'm going to keep saying looking back because, like, my mind's going that way. Raven Boys, I don't know. I liked it, but I think it's a water. I think that it's one of those ones I don't think I paid enough attention to. I read it a little too fast, and who knows? Maybe I need to continue in the series. Maybe not. Who could tell? Next is Since You've Been Gone. That was a fun one. I will say that that's probably a cranberry juice. I had a very nice time with this book. It was kind of like, what's going on? Trying to figure out what happened to her friend. Where'd she go? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's definitely going to be cranberry juice for me. We still don't have a coffee. The Ruins, oh, that's a Pepsi. It was, took place in Mexico. This group goes, I don't know, climbing or something, and it just was not very good. Six of Crows, yeah, now that I think about my actual experience with Six of Crows and how much I had a hard time becoming invested in this book. It took me a while, and I think it's going to be thrown into water. I think it's middle of the road. It's a middle of the road one. I don't know if I'm ever going to read Crooked Kingdom. Who knows? Sapiens, a little boring. We're going to Pepsi it. Crick Crack, that was an interesting one, but at the same time, I don't know. It's a water for me. I feel like everything's going to be a water for me. Booked, I don't think I should be reading middle grade. Nothing against middle grade, but I just, it was good, but it's not life-changing. It wasn't life-changing. Not for me. Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. That was really good. That is coffee tier. That is coffee right there. That is pick me up and go. Cruel Prince is definitely cranberry juice. Loved it. Had a great time with it. Not really a changeable one for me. It is so good. Hidden Life of Trees, we're going to Pepsi it. It was pretty good, but how many of the facts do I remember? Who knows? Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. Definitely a Pepsi right there. It's a book. I read it. I have almost no feelings for it. Truly Devious. That's definitely going to be a cranberry juice. Maybe. Yeah, we're going to cranberry juice it. I think all of those are probably going to be cranberry juices. Like, I like them. I really did. But at the same time, they're not like, life-changing. It's not life-changing. Things We Lost in the Fire. That's green tea. It was not good. When I look back on it, I'm like, every story was just about the same. It's supposed to be a horror collection, and it was not horrifying. Not at all. Not good. Radio Silence. Definitely going to coffee it. I want to reread this book. This book was really well put together, interesting. I love the characters. I love everything was great. Alice Oseman, you're friggin' God. Like, that's what you are. You're God tier. That's it. I've been reading Heartstopper. So good. Okay. The Hate You Give, God tier. Wow. That is coffee. That is coffee. Like, that is probably one of my favorite books of the year. This is how we're going to do my favorite books of the year. So you're going to read the coffee area and know that it was one of my favorites. Oh my God, The Hate You Give is so friggin' good. If you haven't read it, like, you just need to go pick it up. I can't say enough about it. It is so freaking good. You Should Have Left. This is a horror, German horror, little short book. Definitely a water. It was good, but it wasn't like changing my life, No Hate You Give right there. Pet Cemetery, cranberry juice. Great book. Stephen King, wonderful. Always love him. Always love him. 57 Bus, Pepsi. Totally forgettable. Very forgettable. It was a nonfiction book. I know it hasn't like important messages in it, but I don't know. Forgettable. Remote Control, Water. I think it was really good. It was an interesting sci-fi book. But at the same time, kind of forgettable, but it's allowed to be in water, because I remember liking it more than, say, like anything in Pepsi. I am. That's a coffee. That is so good. Like, I will look back on that book and forever be like, this is a book that everyone needs to read, because it is so good, so amazing, so wonderful. It's this woman's nonfiction book about her, like, multiple brushes with death. And you're like, what? Crazy book. So Cabin at the End of the World. That's a water right there. Let's put it, nothing's in order. There's no order. Definitely a water book. It was good. It was a little scary, but it's not going to sit with me for the rest of my life, It's just going to wash right by. Moxie's also water. I really loved it when I read it, but now when I look back on it, I feel like it kind of has been lost to the time. Lost with time. It's fallen into time. It has time. Yeah. Okay. Dry is definitely also going to be a water, which is funny because it's very dry, you know? They don't have water. It was good. I enjoyed it, but it's not like, oh my god, best book I ever read. What's going on? A very large expanse of sea is definitely cranberry juice. Like, I had a lot of fun with that book for some reason. Well, not for some reason. It was just really good. I don't know. I look back on that book and go, I really, like, it was one of those ones where I was like, oh my god. Couldn't stop reading it. Also, like, dance, you know? I'm sorry. Okay. Vanishing Stare. I already told you it was gonna go. Let's just put both of these. Yeah. The Hand on the Wall and Vanishing Stare and Truly Devious. Put them together. They're all cranberry juice. Great books, good mystery, weird stuff going on. Like, gotta love it. Gotta love it. The Overstory, it's a water one. It's a fiction book about trees, literary fiction, and it follows multiple different people, and it is good. It's just like, I don't know. Not like my all-time favorite. You know, not all-time favorite of the year. Good Girl's Guide to Murder goes immediately into Pepsi. I was not a big one on that. I just remember by the end, I had so many gripes with this one. You probably have to watch whatever video I talked about it in, because I don't even remember. I think I was just like, whatever, I don't even care, you know? Let's forget about it forever. I hope you get this message. It's definitely green tea, wholly forgettable in the way that I'm like, I'll never remember what happened in that book. Pointless. Sorry. Mean. 10 Blind Dates, super cute. Definitely a water. It's like each chapter is a different date she goes on, and obviously there's someone else, but it was cute. It was very cute. The Maidens, also going into water tier. Great book. Just like, I don't know. I don't know how much I actually like that mystery. Like where it ended up. I don't even know what I rated it. The dog's snoring, sorry. Who knows? Okay. Upright Women Wanted. That one was definitely a Pepsi. Totally forgettable. I already don't even remember what happened in that book. I couldn't tell you what happened in that book. Be Not Far From Me. For some, like, I really loved that book. That is a coffee. Very interesting. She is like, you know, running, she gets lost in the woods and all these bad things happen. And like, you're like, oh my God. Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat. A Burning, definitely also a water tier, which is funny because it's a burning, like, with the table. Yeah, it was pretty good. It's, takes place in India, about like, it's about a trial that happens having to do with someone who might have blown up a train or something. Yeah, pretty good, but not the best. Hamnet. I think that's cranberry tier. Very interesting Shakespeare about Shakespeare's son and his wife. And really good. Very good. I love that book. I read it before. I read I Am, same author, and wonderful book. Like, yeah. Memorial, that's definitely a Pepsi tier right there. You know, I know people who love this book, but I don't know. Like, it wasn't for me. It was a little boring. Okay, so next up is Anxious People. Sorry. I think that's like a Pepsi tier again. Am I being mean about these books? No. I just have opinions. And my opinions are fine. How much do I remember from this book? Not much. Yeah. Grown. I think that's a cranberry juice. I had a really fun time with this book. There were some gripes I had towards the end with a couple of things that happened that I was like, did that have to happen? Did you have to do that? But overall, pretty good. So I'm gonna Take a Hint Danny Brown into, actually I can't remember which one I like. I think they're both gonna go up here into coffee tier. So good. I love the Brown trilogy. Let's put them both in coffee tier immediately. What cuties. Love those books. Those are wonderful books. Everyone should read them if you like romance. I don't know. But so good. Love them forever. You Should See Me in a Crown. That's gonna be a Pepsi tier for me. That is just, it just was not it for me. That was not it for me. But I didn't hate it that much. I didn't hate it. I was just kind of bored. It was boring. Okay, so now it's gotten far too big and I have to scroll. Piranesi. One second, I have to move with it. Okay, we're back. It's not a water, I'm sorry. It's a coffee! What? It's a coffee. It's a coffee for me. It was so good. It was so much fun. It was like, what's going on? Yeah. I had no clue what was going on. And then I had a great time. These Violent Delights, looking back on it, it's a Pepsi. It's a Pepsi for me. It was, That's how I felt about it. Forgettable. Hollow Places, I think it might be a water. When I look back on it, I think it might be a water. I really liked it, but at the same time, it wasn't like the craziest thing. Akotar is a cranberry juice. I actually really like this book. It took me a little while to read, but I think it was like, I was having a little bit of a reading slump, but I had a lot of fun with it. I really need to read the next one. I especially like the end of Akotar, how it starts becoming more of like like puzzle-like. I love that. Felix Ever After. That's going to be a cranberry juice for me. That was a really good one. That was a great book. I no gripe with me. It just wasn't wasn't my favorite book. Only Good Indians. I enjoyed it. It's definitely a water. It's kind of forgettable. It was the first book I read in the year, and I don't know if I was in the mood, Clap When You Land. Let's see. Clap When You Land, I think, might be a coffee tier. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. And it was beautiful. Yes. So good. I love that book. Black Flamingo, I think it's a water tier. I'm not going to explain myself. That's just how I felt about it. Burn Our Bodies Down, also a water tier. I felt like it should have been scary, but it wasn't that scary. Too Good to Be True, that is green tea tier. It was the worst book I read this year. It was so bad. Abundance is a Pepsi tier. It was okay. I haven't talked about it on this channel, but it wasn't good. It just wasn't that great. Misery, dear Lord, I think it's a coffee tier for me. It is a coffee tier. Yeah, it was one of the best books I read this year. So good. Oh my God, Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary, that is coffee tier. That is the best book I read this year. That might be the winner of best book I read this year was Project Hail Mary. Harlem Shuffle. That's a Pepsi tier. It's wholly forgettable. Same with second place. That was a Pepsi tier. I don't really have much to say about either of these books. Almost nothing. I'm just kind of like, meh. One Last Stop. Unfortunately, that was a Pepsi tier too. I just was not invested in their romance. I didn't care. I was not having the best time with that book. Chosen and the Beautiful, also a Pepsi tier. Wow, this is not going well. Pepsi is like really overhauling. What is going on here? Anyways, the plot is definitely cranberry juice. I really loved it, but it is not the best book of the year. Wow, the sun is hitting me in the face. Look at that. Okay. Other Black girl. Water. It felt like it was trying to be too many things, and then it didn't really hit its stride until the end of the book. But at the same time, I did enjoy it. Nah, actually, I think it's Pepsi. Yeah. Oh, Passage North is green tea. That was one of the worst books I read this year. It was a very boring book. Wow. Not sure why I read that. This Is Your Mind on Plants. That's definitely cranberry juice. Very interesting. Different plants that have like drug-like qualities. So it's like caffeine, mescaline, and I think peyote. I can't remember. Opium. It was opium. Yeah. Very interesting nonfiction book. Beautiful World, Where Are You? I think that's a cranberry juice for me. I really did enjoy this book. Yes. Dowry of Blood, that's a water. That was not, nope, not it. Not it for me. And then ignore that I put that there because Love Hypothesis is a coffee. I actually recorded a whole vlog where I talked about it, but then I never posted it. Whoops. And Dressed in Blood's the last one. And it's a green tea. That was one of the worst books I read this year. So dumb. It was really dumb. So that's what that is. I hope you enjoyed me walking through every book I've read this year. It was fun, wasn't it? You were probably like, what? It's the best time of my life. Okay. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me, Moonlight Library. Yes.